Hello, Mangalaba Dhamma class. My name is Thazinjo and my Buddhist name is Jana Bali, which means power of concentration. Today I will be your presenter for part 1 of this Dhamma class. Today's Dhamma class is on Sunday, February 9th, 2025. We meet every Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. Arizona and Pacific time. Anyone interested in Buddhist teachings is welcome to join us on Zoom. Use the ID 413-460-4622 and the password Buddha20, all lowercase. Remember, the Zoom ID and password will stay the same every week. In today's Dhamma class, we will learn about Part 1A, offerings, taking the Tisarana and precepts, the Mayada chant and meditation, Part 1B, Adhitthana, determination, mindfulness on death, wishing, and sharing, Part 2, Parita chanting, discussions, questions and answers, translations from the prayer book, and some kids reciting Bali prayers from the book. Today's substitute will be Hina Ao, so Hina Ao, please have your prayer books and the correct pages ready and close by. Before we begin, here are some important rules and regulations. If you're reading a substitution or participating in Part 1A, please try to join the Zoom meeting at least 5 minutes early. Please do not eat or drink during the prayer time, as it is very disrespectful. If you're hungry, make sure to eat before joining the meeting next time. Sit up straight and center yourself in front of your camera. Keep your camera on at all times, or you may be removed from the meeting. If you're not a part of the Dhamma class, you're free to turn off your camera. Please don't fidget or play around, as it can disturb others who are praying. The prayer session is only 15 minutes, so please be mindful and respectful. For those chanting, please chant clearly and slowly so that others can follow along. We would greatly appreciate it if everyone stays respectfully until the end of the meeting. Now, please put your hands together. We'll begin with puja, the offerings. We believe you'll do great.
Buddha Kamana Kasa Angela Sasa Unaya Tata Hi Seta Wangshio Vejiwawa Vivojanti Jino Me Tatu Sisake Nilayo Nilatana Ma Pito Tata Chalohita Dhamma Dhamma Cha Manjita Nikamisu Baba Sawa อาลาวากากาธาโสอะหังวิทาริสามิกามากามะบุราบุรานามาสะมาโนสัมพุดัมธัมมาสัจจาสุธัมมาดัมเอเตนะสัจจาวาเดนะโสทิเมโหตุสัพพดาโสทิเตโหตุสัพพดาGana sarapa didena dipena dhamma demsina diloka dipem sempudem pujayami dhamonudem vanaganda gunopedem etem kusuma santatim pujayami munendasa Siripada Sevohe Diwa Situ no Bende Vaniam Breka Bidam Manokambam Upadaya Vetikana Tultamam Adiwa Situ no Bende Bojanam Breka Bidam Manokambam Upadaya Vetikana Tultamam Valentine Ogata, 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 Kayakan, Wasikan, Manokan, Tapatota, Katendo, Apietoko, Piapasichin, Ajonga, Patama, Dudia, Dadia, the Jane, Don Jimya Ong, Pia Yatana, Dia Yatana, Danga Yatana, Yatana Yatung Padoko. Ayo ate alemia lesumoye shiko pudo pumo mancho kado bai shimpia kado yato ajo ajang Apeleba, Gatumba, Yabyesheba, Yanumyongaba, Ripatitia leba, Biatanatiangaba doma, Akakating, Kinling, Niengi Puye, Matea, Potea, Nibantia, Damiako, Yabalo, E. Ashimpia, Bone Time. Aham pante tisawanena saha nawangga sapanagata upo sada silam tamam yachami anugahangatua silendeta me bante Dutiampi aham bante tisawanena saha nawangga sampanagatam upo sada sila damaya chami anugahangatua silendeta me bante Datiampi aham bante tisawanena saha nawangga sampanagatam upo sada sila damaya chami anugahangatua silendeta me bante amabante namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa Buddham saranang gacchami, Dhammam saranang gacchami, Sangham saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi, Buddham saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi, Dhammam saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi, Sangham saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi, Buddham saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi, Dhammam saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi, Sangham saranang gacchami, Amapante. Panatipada Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Abrahmacharya Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Musavada Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Sura Meraya Macha Pamadatana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Vigala Bhojana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Najakita Wadita Visukadasana Malakana Vilebana Dharana Bandaram Vibhusanadana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Uchasayana Mahasayana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Metta Sahagadena Chetasa Sabha Pana Buddhesu Paritva Viharana Samadhiyami. Amapante by one time.
Iti piso bhagawa araham sama sambuddho vichacharana sampano sugato lokavidu anotaro purisa dhamma sarati seta dewa manusanam buddho bhagawa
Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Agaliko Ehipasiko Opaneyiko Vajradam
Veti double when you hear. Supatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangha Ujjupatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangha Nyayapatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangha Samechipatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangha Yadidam Chatari Purisa Yugani Atha Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangha Ahuneyo Pauneyo Dakhineyo Anjalikaraniyo Anuttaram Punyakhetam Lokasa Bhavantam. Aham Averahomi Abhyabhajahomi Anikahomi Sukyatanam Pariharami Mama Mata Pitu Acharyaja Nyatimitaja Sabramacharinoja Averahontu Abhyabhajahontu Anikahontu Sukyatanam Pariharantu Amakam Arakat Devata Imasami Awase Imasami Arame Arakat Devata Averahontu Abhyabhajahontu Anigahontu Sukyatanam Pariharantu.
Sabe Sata, Sabe Bana, Sabe Buddha, Sabe Bugala, Sabe Atabhawa Pariyapana. Saba Idio, Sabe Purisa, Sabe Arya, Sabe Anariya, Sabe Dewa, Sabe Manusa, Sabe Vinipatika, Avera Hondu, Avya Baja Hondu, Aniga Hondu, Suki Atanam Pariharandu, Duka Muchantu, Yata lada sampatito, Maui gachantu kamasaka.
Purati Maya Disaya, Dakinaya Disaya, Patri Maya Disaya, Uttaraya Disaya, Purati Maya Anudisaya, Dakinaya Anudisaya, Patri Maya Anudisaya, Uttaraya Anudisaya, Hedi Maya Disaya, Upari Maya Disaya. Sape Sata, Sape Pana, Sape Buddha, Sape Bugala, Sape Atapawa Pariyapana, Sapa Itiyo, Sape Purisa, Sape Arya, Sape Anariya, Sape Dewa, Sape Manusa, Sape Winipatika, Awera Hontu, Abhyabhaja Hontu, Anika Hontu, Saki Atanam Pariharantu, Tuka muchantu, yata lata sampatito, mawi gachantu, kamasaka. Udam yawa bhagaja, ado yawa avijito, samanta jaka walesu, ye satha pacawi cara, avya paja niwelaja, nidukha janupadawa. Udam yawa bhagaja, ado yawa avijito, Samanta Chaka Valesu Ye Satha
Udake Jala, Abya Baja, Niwe Raja, Niduka Ja, Nupadawa. Udam yawa bawaka ja do yawa awi jito samanta jaka wale su ye sata akase jala abya baja niwe raja niduka ja nupadawa sadhu 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 Valentine.
Now we will learn how to meditate by May Thun, Kama, Valerie, Hima Aung, and Sumya Pe.
What is meditation? Meditation is a way to keep the mind cool and calm by concentrating on one object. There are many ways to meditate. In our Dhamma class, primarily we study Anapanasati and body scanning meditation. In Anapanasati, a natural focus is your own breath, which is always with you. If you simply keep feeling the breath and as it comes in and as it goes out, the mind gets quieter and more peaceful. In body scanning meditation, you scan your whole body from head to toe, from the front and the back. The only trouble is, something will always take your attention away, maybe a noise or a pain in the knee, but often your own mind is the problem. It's so full of useless stuff, like a monkey jumping here and there. It's so hard to control. To become the master of your mind, you need some lessons, enough time, and a good place to learn how to practice. With enough practice, meditation helps replace bad thoughts and feeling with happy ones.
Why do we meditate? By learning how to control the mind, we start to get rid of negative habits and develop good mental qualities instead. If your mind is cool, you make good decisions, you don't get confused, you make less mistakes, you don't get angry or feel afraid, and you become more confident. If your mind is calm, you become peaceful and happy. You are less worried and frustrated. You don't get stressed about work or exams. You develop compassion and kindness, and you have more harmonious relationships. If your mind is concentrated, you get less distracted by useless things. You find it easier to focus and learn. You perform better in sports and games. You make better music and art, and you will be more trustworthy.
What is different between samatha and vipassana? Samatha meditation and vipassana meditation are two different types of meditation. Samatha aims at achieving deep concentration, while vipassana aims at understanding both the body and mind. In samatha meditation, the focus is solely on one object to attain deep concentration, such as by fixing the mind on a single point. In contrast, vipassana meditation involves observing various mental and physical processes as they occur. During samatha meditation, when the mind wanders, we bring it back to the chosen object. However, in vipassana meditation, when the mind wanders, we observe it without trying to control it. Only when the distraction fades, we return our focus to the primary object. These differences and focus and approach distinguish the two types of meditation.
We are going to practice guided muscle relaxation meditation. Before we begin, please straighten your body, center yourself in the middle of your camera, put your hands together with the right on top of the left, with your thumbs connected, and place them in your lap. Then close your eyes. Step 1. When I say a group of muscles, focus on the group of muscles you hear and feel the tenseness in them. Step 2. Mentally relax those group of muscles. Step 3. Feel those muscles completely relaxed. Let's start. Your scalp muscles, all the muscles on your head are relaxed. Your forehead and eyebrows are relaxed. Your eyes, ears, nose,
lips, and chin are relaxed. Your neck and shoulders are relaxed. Your arms, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers are relaxed. Your chest and upper back are relaxed. Your abdomen and lower back are relaxed. Your hips and thighs are relaxed. Your knees and legs are relaxed. Your ankles, feet, and toes are relaxed. Now your whole body from head to toe is fully relaxed.
We are now going to move on to Anapanasati meditation. You are going to focus on your breath. When you breathe in, a puff of air touches the tip of your nose. Make yourself aware of the touch. When you breathe out, a slightly warmer puff of air touches the tip of your nose. Make yourself aware of the touch. We are going to practice counting technique with each cycle of in-breath and out-breath. You will count from 1 to 8. Do not let your mind wander. If your mind wanders out, start counting from 1 again. We are first going to practice together. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 1. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 2. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 3. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 4. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 5. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 6. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 7. Breathe in, aware of the touch. Breathe out, aware of the touch. 8. Now go back to 1 and start counting on your own. We are now done meditating.
Dukkha pada cha niroga, paya pada cha nibaya, sokha pada cha nisoga, hontu sabebe padido.
Nahi verena verani, samantita kudachanam, averinacha samanti, esa dhammo sanantano.
Abhapapasa akaranam, kusalasa upasampada, sachita priyodapanam, etam buddha nasasanam.
Morana me duam, jiwita me aduam, ida me bunyam, nipanasa pachayo hotu, ima bunyabagam, sabha satana bhajema, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That one time.
moving on to part 2 of the Dhamma class, and again, please do not eat anything. However, drinking water is now fine during this part of the Dhamma class. So we will be moving on to paragraph number 1, which is Chant of Mahajaya Mangala Gata by Shinkin, Kishin, Valerie, Biaboa, Chloe, Alinte, Suong, Gina Boa, Kamali, and Joel.
Mahajaya Mangala Gata Bahum Sahasa Mabinimita Sayutantam Pirimekalam Udita Goram Sasenamaram Danatitama Vidina Jitawa Munendo Damde Jasab Pawatute Jaya Mangalani.
Direka Mabiyujita Saparatem Goram Panalawaka Makamatadayakam Gandhi Sudanta Vidina Jitawa Munendo Tande Jasa Pawantute Jaya Mangalani.
Nalagirim Gajawaram Adimata Buddham Dawaki Chakamasaniwa Sudarunandam Metampu Seka Vidina Jidawa Munendo Dam Dejasa Buatute Jaya Mangalani.
Sunagatam Sumangalam Supabatam Suhutitam Sukano Sumu.
Next.
Katwana kata mudara iwa kapenia Chinchaya dutawa janam Jana gaya maje Santena Samawitina Jitawa Munendo Tamde Jasa Pawatude Jaya Mangalani.
Suong, it is your turn.
Sajam Vihaya Ati Sajaka Wada Ketum Wada Biro Pitamanam Ati Anda Bhutam Panya Padipa Jalito Jitawa Munindo Tamte Jasa Pawatute Jaya Mangalani.
Nando Bananda Bujagam Vividam Mahidim Budena Dera Bujagena Dhamma Bayanto Idu Vadesa Vidina Jitawa Munendo Dam de Jasa Buatute Jaya Mangalani.
Sahati puja gena sarata hatam Brahma Visuddhi Jyoti Mahiti Sakabidanam Yana Gadena Virina Jitwa Munendo Tam Te Jasa Havatute Jaya Mangalani.
Etapi Buddha Jaya Mangala Atagata Yovachako Dine Sarante Madanti Hitwana Neka Vividani Chupadawani Mokam Sukam Adigameya Narosa Panyo Sati
Karuna Sitalagata Karuna Sitala Hadayam Panya Pajoda Vihada Mohadamam Sanara Mara Loka Garum Wande Sugadam Gati Vimudam Edena Sajawajena Soti Mehotu Sabada.
We're now moving on to pro number 2, which is basic Buddhism, first by Nathan, Brian, and Grace, then by Chloe and Valerie, then by Bia Bala and Gina Bala, then by Noel, Sarah, and Juju, then by Tiffany and Shintha, and then by Kayla, Awasu, Awa, and lastly by Riley, Alexander, and Deepa.
Hello, Mingalaba. My name is Methun, and my Buddha's name is Jarupali, which means keeper of beauty. I live in Toronto, Canada. Today, my two dear Dhamma friends will be joining me. Brian, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Mingalaba. My name is Brian and I live in Toronto, Canada. Grace, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Mingalaba. My name is Grace and my Buddhist name is Kema Bali, which means keeper of security in your mind and body. I live in Toronto, Canada. Mason, what will we be talking about today?
We will be talking about the meaning of the Buddha. So I'll go first. Everyone, please listen carefully because we will be asking questions at the end. What does Buddha mean? Buddha means awakened one. This title is given to someone who has achieved deep understanding and wisdom about life. The Buddha was a man named Siddhartha Gautama who discovered the truth about suffering and how to overcome it.
When he became the Buddha, he awoke to the reality of life, seeing things as they truly are. He learned that everyone experiences suffering, but there are ways to find peace and happiness. The Buddha realized that by being kind, mindful, and understanding, we can free ourselves from pain and live a joyful life.
Buddha then shared his discoveries with others, teaching them how to awaken their own minds. His teachings help people understand their feelings and make better choices, leading to a happier life. The Buddha's goal was to help everyone find their own path to awakening and happiness. We will now be asking questions. So, Mithun, what is your question?
My question to Thiri Sen is, what did the Buddha learn?
Everyone experiences suffering, but there are ways to find peace and happiness.
That's correct. Brian, could you please ask your next question?
Then, how do you get the title of Buddha? The answer is by having deep wisdom and understanding about life. Grace, please ask your question.
Akari, by being kind, mindful, and understanding, what can we free ourselves from?
From pain and be able to live a joyful life.
That's correct.
That's all from us, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for joining us.
It is now Chloe and Valerie's turn.
Hello, Manglaba. My name is Chloe Chang, and my Buddhist name is Titi Pali, which means keeper of wisdom. I live in Chino Hills, California. So today, my dear friend Valerie will be joining me. So Valerie, please introduce yourself. Hello, Mangalaba. My name is Valerie Chow, and my Buddhist name is Dana Bali, which means the keeper of charity. And I live in Palm Springs, California. So Chloe, what will we be talking about today? We will be talking about Disarna. So Valerie, please go first. What is Disarna? Di means three, and Sarana means refuge or shelter. Disarna refers to the threefold refuges, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Every lay Buddhist takes refuge in these three as a guide and source of inspiration.
They say a special prayer with these 3 sentences. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for refuge. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Sangha for refuge. Number 1. The Buddha, the teacher who understood the way to freedom and showed us how to find it. Number 2. The Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings which help us end suffering and bring us from darkness to light. Number 3. The Sangha, the community of the Buddha's disciples who inspire us by striving to follow the teachings. To take refuge in Tisarana, there are no strict rules or special ceremonies. Being a true Buddhist means living by the Buddha's teachings every day, even if you don't say these 3 prayer sentences. It's not about just saying words, but showing kindness, wisdom, and understanding in how you live. So, Chloe, please ask your first question. My first question is to Hema. And what are the rules of taking refuge in Tisarana?
There are no strict rules or special ceremonies to take refuge.
That is correct. Now, Valerie, please ask your next question. My next question is to Hank. What does Tisarana refer to?
The threefold refuges.
That is correct. So, Chloe, please ask your last question. My last question is to Gamapali. And who was the Buddha?
The teacher that found freedom and showed us how to find it.
That is correct. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
It is now Biabala and Gina Bala's turn.
Hi to my class. My name is Kevin Hong, and Buddhist name is Biapla, which means power of love. Today I'll be sharing something to the my class with my dear brother Gina Block. So Gina Block, can you please introduce yourself? Hi, my name is Ren Hong, and my Buddhist name is Gina Block, which means power of oneness. So Biapla, can you please tell us what we're learning today? Today we'll be learning about what is Kusala. Hey everybody, please listen because we will be asking questions in the end. What is kusala? Kusala, kuto in Burmese means wholesome or good actions that help us grow and bring positive results. A wholesome deed is one that 1 doesn't harm anyone, including ourselves, 2 is praised by wise people, and 3 benefits both ourselves and others. There are 10 kusala or good deeds to do. 1. Dana, generosity. 2. Sila, virtue. 3. Bhavana, meditation. 4. Abhajayana, showing respect. 5. Vaja, helping others. 6. Patidana, sharing good deeds. 7. Badanumodana, celebrating others' good actions. 8. Dhammasawana, listening to teachings. 9. Dhamma desana, teaching Dhamma others. 10. Digi Jugama, developing correct views. On the other hand, agusala, aguto in Burmese means unwholesome actions like killing, stealing, lying, and being unkind. So now we will be asking questions. So Biabala, can you please ask the first question? Shingwang, what is Batanumodama mean?
Celebrating others' good action.
That is correct. So Junior Black, can you please ask your question? Shinki, what does akusala or guto mean?
Unwholesome actions.
That is correct. So Biabala, can you please ask your last question? Shingwang, what does patidana mean?
Can you repeat that?
What does patidana mean?
Sharing good deeds.
That's correct. That is all. Thank you for listening.
It is now Noelle, Sarah, and Juju's turn.
Hello, everyone. My name is Noel, and my Buddhist name is Wanapala, which means power of personality. So today I'll be joined by my Dhamma friends, Sarah and Juju. So Sarah, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Sarah, and my Buddhist name is Jacob Pali, which means skilled guardian. So, Juju, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Juju, and my Buddhist name is Janapati, which means keeper of all human beings. So, Linda, could you please share what we're discussing today?
Today we'll be talking about Kilesa. So Sarah, could you please start?
Everyone, please listen carefully because we will be asking questions at the end. What is kilesa? The Pali word kilesa means things that make our minds unclean or troubled. Kilesas are called defilements because they can make us feel unhappy or act in ways that aren't good. They mess with our thoughts and make us feel bad inside. Kilesas are like little mind dust that we need to clean away for a happy, calm mind.
There are 10 main kilesas. Number 1 is loba, which is greed, and it is wanting too much, like always wanting toys or candy. Number 2, dosa, which is known as hatred. It means feeling very angry or wanting to hurt others. Number 3 is moha, which is also known as delusion, and it means not understanding things clearly. 4 is mana, which means conceit, and that is when you think you're better than others. Number 5 is diti, which means wrong ideas, and it means holding beliefs that aren't right.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Tiffany, and my Buddhist name is Santa Bali, which means peacekeeper. My dear friend Shinta will be joining me, so Shinta, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Shintan. My Buddhist name is Moka Bali, which means freedom keeper. So, Tiffany, what are we going to be talking about today?
We will be talking about samsara. So, Shinta, will you please start?
Please listen carefully because we have questions at the end. What is samsara? In Theravada Buddhism, samsara refers to the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. It's like being stuck in a never-ending loop of life and death, much like a video game where you keep going from one level to the next.
People are trapped in the cycle because of karma, which means that our actions have consequences. Good actions bring good results, and bad actions bring bad results, influencing our future lives.
The goal in Buddhism is to break free from samsara by reaching nibbana, a peaceful state where the cycle ends. Buddhists try to live good lives, meditate, and grow in wisdom to achieve this freedom. So now I'll be asking questions. So Tiffany, what is your first question?
My first question is to Andrew, and people are trapped in the cycle because of what?
Karma.
Yes, that's correct. Shinta, what is your question?
My question is to AJ. What is the goal in Buddhism? The answer is to break free from samsara. Tiffany, what is your last question?
My last question is to Andrew, and what does samsara refer to?
It refers to birth, death, and rebirth.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you for listening.
It is now Hela Su it is now Hela and Su trip.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Hain Lao, and my Buddhist name is Suka Bilal, which means power of happiness. So today we'll be talking about something with a Dhamma friend of mine. So Su could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Suong. My Buddha's name is Chakapali, which means protector of Dhamma. So, Hila, what will we be talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about do Buddhists worship the statues? So everyone please listen carefully because there are questions at the end. So Su could you please go first?
Do Buddhists worship the statues? In Buddhism, the practice of worshiping statues can be depending on cultural and regional customs. However, it is important to note that the primary focus of Buddhist practice is not idol worship or the statues themselves. Buddhism teaches that ultimate liberation and enlightenment are attained through personal effort, understanding, and inner transformation.
Statues, sculptures, and other visual representations of the Buddha and various Buddhist deities are commonly found in Buddhist temples and monasteries. These statues serve as reminders and symbols of the qualities and teachings of the Buddha and enlightened beings. They can inspire practitioners to cultivate qualities such as compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness.
When Buddhists interact with statues, it is not worship in the sense of venerating a divine being, but rather a form of reverence and respect. Buddhists may bow, offer flowers, light incense, or make prostrations as acts of homage or devotion. These practices are meant to cultivate humility, gratitude, and a sense of interconnectedness with the qualities embodied by the Buddha or the enlightened beings.
The key principle in Buddhism is to cultivate one's own understanding, wisdom, and compassion, rather than relying solely on external objects or deities for salvation. Buddhists strive to follow the teachings of the Buddha and practice meditation, ethical conduct, and mindfulness in their daily lives as a means to achieve liberation from suffering. Now we'll be asking questions. So, could you please ask the first question?
Andrew, where are statues, sculptures, and other visual representation located? The answer is they're commonly found in Buddhist temples and monasteries. Now, Hannah, please ask the next question.
The next question is for Riley, and it is, what is the key principle in Buddhism?
It's to cultivate one's own understanding rather than rely on external objects.
That is correct. So, could you please ask the next question?
Andrew, the primary focus of Buddhist practice is what?
It is to
The answer is it is not idol worship, but the statues themselves. Now, Hannah, please ask the next question.
The last question is to Sumia Pei, and it is, the Buddha statues serve as reminders and symbols of what?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
The qualities and teachings of the Buddha and enlightened beings.
That is correct, and that is also, thank you for listening.
It is now Riley, Alexander, and Deepa's turn.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Riley, and my Buddhist name is Dhamma, which means medicine of truth. And today I'm here with my dear Dhamma friends Alexander and Deepa. So, Alexander, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Alexander. My Buddhist name is Ujjwala, which means power of honesty. So, Deepa, please introduce yourself.
My name is Deepa Ong, and my Buddhist name is Tejapala, which means lucky keeper. So, Riley, what are we talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about, are the Buddhists idolaters? So, Alexander, can you please start?
Buddhism encompasses a wide range of beliefs and practices, and different Buddhist traditions have varying perspectives on that use of idols or images. In general, Buddhism does not focus on idol worship in the same way that some other religions do. Instead, the emphasis is usually on personal spiritual development, meditation, and the cultivation of wisdom and compassion.
That being said, some Buddhist traditions do incorporate the use of statues, images, or symbols as aids to meditation and as reminders of certain qualities or teachings. These objects are not considered deities themselves, but are used as representations or focal points for contemplation. The intention is to help practitioners develop concentration mindfulness, and other positive mental states.
It's important to note that Buddhism teaches non-attachment and the understanding of impermanence. Therefore, the physical objects themselves are not considered inherently sacred or divine. Their value lies in the inspiration they may provide or the mental states they may help cultivate.
However, it's worth mentioning that different Buddhist traditions and individual practitioners may interpret and approach the use of idols or images differently. So, practices related to idol worship can vary within the broader scope of Buddhism. We will now be asking questions. Deepa, please ask your first question.
My first question is to Cynthia and is, name one of the different forms of light.
Candles.
That's correct. Riley, please ask your question.
My question is to Rebecca, and it is the Buddha an idol to Buddhists?
No, the Buddha is a guide, not an idol.
That is correct. Alexander, can you please ask your question?
My question is to Cynthia and is, what does Buddhism emphasize?
Personal spiritual development, meditation, and the cultivation of wisdom and compassion.
That is correct. Deepa, please ask your last question.
The last question is to Rebecca and is, what's the intention of objects like statues, images, or symbols of the Buddha?
Help practitioners develop concentration, mindfulness, and other positive mental states.
That's correct. That is all, and thank you for listening.
We are now moving on to problem number 3, which is choose the correct one out of the given answers by Hank and Hima.
My name is Hank, and my Buddhist is Sutta Bala, which means the power of knowledge. Today, I'll be joined by my twin sister. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Hima, and my Buddhist name is Hemapali, which means peacekeeper.
Today, we'll be asking 11 questions to the individuals Shinki, Mary, Diri-san, Inyeta, Nathun, Teng, Akari, Valerie, Grace, Kixing, Benji, Su-ong, Alente, Xinglen, Kamapali, Snowy, William, and Brian. Start off, Shinki. The Buddha statues serve as reminders and symbols of what?
The qualities and teachings of the Buddha.
That is correct. Mary, is Buddha an idol to Buddhists?
No, Buddha is a guide, not an idol.
That is correct. Theory-san, people are trapped in the cycle because of what?
Come on. Come on.
That is correct. Nineten, what is the goal in Buddhism?
To break free from samsara.
That is correct. Maythun, what does samsara refer to?
Circle of birth, death, and rebirth.
That is correct. Same thing. What are the rules of taking refuge in Tisarana?
There are no strict rules or special ceremonies to take refuges.
That is correct. Akari, what does Tisarana refer to?
The threefold refuges, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
You are correct. Valerie, who was the Buddha?
The teacher that found freedom and showed us how to find it.
That is correct. Grace, what is Pata Numo Dana?
Celebrating others' good actions.
That is correct.
Kishi. What does akusala or kuto mean in Burmese mean?
It means unwholesome actions of body, speech, and thoughts.
That is correct. Benji, what does Bati Dana mean?
It means sharing good deeds.
That is correct. Su-ong, the Buddha statues serve as reminders and symbols of what?
The qualities and teachings of the Buddha.
That is correct. Alingte, is Buddha an idol to Buddhists? Well, the correct answer is no. Buddha is a guide, not an idol. Xingling, people are trapped in this cycle because of what?
Karma.
That is correct. Kamapali, what is the goal in Buddhism?
To break free of samsara.
That is correct. Snowy, what does samsara refer to?
Circle of birth, death, and rebirth.
That is correct. William, what are the rules of taking refuge in Tisarana?
There are no strict rules or special ceremonies.
That is correct. Brian, what does Tisarana refer to?
The threefold refuges, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
That is correct.
Thank you for listening.
We're now moving on to program number 4, which is translation of the book by Rebecca and Cynthia.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Rebecca, and my Buddhist name is Metta Bali, which means keeper of loving kindness. Today we'll be doing translation of some Bali words, and I'll be joined by my sister Cynthia. So can you introduce yourself?
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Cynthia, and my Buddhist name is Magapali, which means keeper of the middle path. We're doing translations of over the book. We'll be asking some individuals, and they're Kamapali, Suao, Ninyitan, Metong, Chloe, Shinky, Mary, Alexander, Tirisan, Alente, Ding, Valerie, Kishing, and Akari.
First, I'll be asking the translation from Pali to English. So everyone, please have your book one ready and turn to page 11. Kama Pali, what is the translation for Kipena? The translation is with light. Su'o, what is the translation of Pujayami?
Pujayami means I offer.
That is correct. Ninyita, what is the translation of Saroruhe?
Lotus-like.
That is correct. Metong, what is the translation of Ganda?
Could you repeat that?
Yes, the word is Ganda.
Vagrant.
Yes, that is correct. Chloe, what is the translation of Sina? The translation is abolishing. Kishing, what is the translation of Edam?
Edam.
Yes.
This.
Yes, that is correct. Mary, what is the translation of Munendasa?
The noble sage.
That is correct. Thank you.
And I'll be asking from English to Bali. Alexander, what is the Bali word for kindly accept?
Adiwasetu.
That is correct. Devi-san, what is the Bali word for this water?
Could you repeat that?
This water.
It's water. Is it Paniya?
That is correct. Only tell you, what is the Bali word for specially dedicated? Well, the answer is Parikapdam. Ting, what is the Pali word for venerable one?
Adi or Zentu?
You're close. The correct answer is Bande. Valerie, what is the Pali word for boundless compassion?
Can you repeat that?
Boundless compassion.
Anukampam.
That is correct. Kishing, what is the Pali word for this food?
You repeat that?
This food.
Rabu Jaya.
You're close. The correct answer is Bojanam. Akari, what is the Pali word for great one?
Uttama.
That is correct.
That is all, and thank you for participating.
We're now moving on to program number 5, which is Answer the Questions by the Zincho.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is the Zincho, but my Buddhist name is Jana Bali, which means power of concentration. Today, I will be asking the individuals Mei Lin, Ma Thing, Snowy, Xin Ling, and Yambong Ten. So please have your book 1 and the correct pages ready and close by. Mei Lin, what does Pancha Sila mean?
5 precepts.
That's correct. Can you list them all?
Number 1, Panatipada, Vevamani Sikapadan Samandiyame. Number 2, Adenadana, Vevamani Sikapadan Samandiyame. Number 3, Kamisu Michachara, Vevamani Sikapadan Samadiyame. Number 4, Musawada, Vevamani Sikabadam Samandiyami. Number 5, Soa Meraya, Maja, Pamadadana, Vevamani Sikabadam Samadiyami.
Thank you. That's all correct. Ma Thing, how many virtues of the Buddha are there?
9.
That's correct. Can you list them all?
1, Itipiso. 2, Sama Sambuddha. 3, Vijacharana Sapana. 4, Sugado. 5, Lokavidu. 6, Anudara Purisa Dhamma Sarati. 8. Sevasata Deva Manusana 8 Buddha Bhagawa. 9 Bhagawa.
That's correct. Thank you. Snowy, what does Disarana mean?
3 refugees.
That's correct. Can you list all 3 of them?
1 Buddham Saranam Gacchami. 2 Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. 3 Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
That's correct. So, Xinling, how many virtues of the Dhamma are there?
6 virtues of the Dhamma.
That's correct. Can you list them all?
Yeah. Number 1, Swagato. Number 2, Santitiko. Number 3, Akaliko. Number 4, Ahipasiko. Number 5, Opanehiko. Number 6, Pachatam Vadita Bovanyuhi.
That's correct. So, Nyambong Ten, what does Pancha Sila mean?
Absent.
Oh, okay, that's all for my individuals.
We are now at the end of the demo class, so everyone please put your hands together and recite Buddha Sasanam Chiram Tetsu 3 times. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Jidatu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Jidatu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Jidatu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That is all. Thank you for coming.